Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I had a shower thought. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to make a video about this. Alright, so if you saw my last video, you might know that we were talking about replayability for a lot of the video. There is a big thing I didn't even touch on that I really wish I did. Also, if you haven't seen that video, go check it in the description below. So the video goes over one major thing, which is replayability in Borderlands 4. And while we do need our endgame and things after you beat the main story post-game, one major thing that is lacking in Borderlands 4 is fun new game runs. Now, I'm not going to cover everything we need about the new game runs again. I covered that in the last video. But instead, think about this. What is one major thing we did in Borderlands 1, 2, the pre-sequel, and a little bit in 3? It wasn't there as much, but a little bit. Side missions. And what do side missions do? They get you a small break from the main story. A small switch up, a detour. But one more question. Why do we do side missions? Well, obviously for fun, but also a reward. And then one more question. What do we not have in Borderlands 4 when doing side missions? A worthwhile reward. So, just like I covered in the last video, a lot of people do not want to build a second character or max out more than like a couple characters. Keep in mind, this is not everybody, but a large portion of people. So yeah, we don't touch side missions because one, they have a lot of dialogue, which is why I argue we need a dialogue skip for this game. And two, the reward really isn't worth going for. Now, you do get a loot box, which is a random roll for a random item, which is usually, I would say probably like 9 or 8 times out of 10. Something you would never use for your run or can't even use. Sometimes you get class mods not for your class. That can happen. When it comes to the average Borderlands gamer, a lot of us do not branch out and use everything that drops in the game to our disposal. We are always on the hunt for our favorite weapons, manufacturers, weapon types, playstyles. And so these random rolls and loot boxes really doesn't cut it for a lot of us. If anything, we mark the item as trash and then sell it off. And that sucks because the foundation for what this reward system is there. But they really did miss the mark on one major thing, and I want to go back to the older games now. And that is giving us thematic rewards. Not just a random roll from everything, but a thematic reward. What I mean by that is unique items you get out of finishing a side mission. In fact, it doesn't even have to be unique. It could be like a guaranteed purple Jacob pistol, or like a guaranteed green class mod. Talking about Borderlands 2, what is the reason why anybody ever did the Uncle Teddy side mission? They wanted the Lady Fist. What is the reason people would do scavenge revolver parts in Borderlands 1? That side mission gives you a guaranteed revolver. With that in mind, when you're doing your run, you might think like, oh, let's see what's available right now. We have this mission, we have this mission. Oh, hey, this mission gives a guaranteed blue shotgun. You know what? I'm already doing a shotgun build, so let's go ahead and do this mission. That is what Borderlands 4 is missing. Having unique items tied to the side missions would give you a reason to do it, and it really would fix the major problem we have in Borderlands 4. In fact, on Twitter, Graham Timmons, the creative director of Gearbox, now not the exact words, but he has tweeted multiple times that side missions are there as a way to get you back on level for your main story. Yeah, you know how randomly enemies will be like 5 levels ahead of you, and it's like, oh dang, what do I do? That system is in place for getting players to do side missions and level up their character. And that system is currently not working. People still prefer to do contracts, bounties, whatever, to level up their character. 1, you get more XP, and 2, you go straight into the action, there's no dialogue. You get your contracts done. Oh, and 3, they're faster, yeah. So right now, Borderlands 4 is plagued with a bunch of players not wanting to do side missions. They just aren't worth it after figuring out a better method. Now, I'm not saying that side missions are bad, like you should never touch them or do them, but they really turn out to be a thing you do once, and like, you know, you're doing your 100% playthrough, for example. You do it once, you might get a laugh out of it, and then you just normally never do them again. By the way, that's not everybody, but a lot of people do not do side missions more than once. So, imagine a world where Borderlands 4 has side missions that give you a unique item. Let's say you beat a specific side mission and you get a guaranteed TDOR pistol with a unique effect. And maybe you're also doing a like TDOR run, or maybe your build's just focused on TDOR for that, time being. That's exciting, that's fun. You have a reason to do the side mission. And again, the foundation is there. They give us unique rewards for the Halloween event. You beat a Rift Bubble, and then you just happen to maybe get the Scully, or the, what is the other one? The Murmur out of it. They can put new items into these loot boxes. They can. Now, as for the power balance of these unique items, obviously they cannot be unhinged like what they were in Borderlands 2. Like, bro, there was no reason to have a Pimpernel that's just like a blue item that's better than all the legendaries in the game. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. So, for BL4, the unique items could be a little bit stronger than a purple, but not as good as a legendary. Or maybe even on par with a purple item. Or a blue item. In fact, the more I think about it, like a balance between like blue and purple rarity, like in between, that could be a good power balance. You can make these unique items do the most wacky of things, shoot out projectiles that go up and then sip sideways and like explode and do fire damage and then dual element and whatever. You can do whatever you want. But all you gotta do is look at the DPS, make sure it matches in its place for its rarity, and boom, power balance. Oh, and going back to the Tedior example, let's say you pull the purple unique pistol and it doesn't have the legs modifier on it, let's just say that. Guess what? This is the first game in the franchise that has mission replay. Mission replay, the perfect way to allow mission reward farming. And they did not bring back unique rewards for that, which is, for me, kind of mind-blowing, but maybe they wanted to try something different, I don't know. So if they want players to ever touch a side mission again, they need to tie like a unique reward to it. And maybe even give these side missions more XP because, you know, contracts are still way better. Oh, and the current loot boxes too, the random item you get out of them is super duper inefficient. Think about this, why pull one random blue out of a box when I can kill Splash Zone and get like 3-4 blues in one kill? So there's even less incentive to do a side mission for a random loot box. Now I won't lie, this will be a lot of work if they ever think about doing something like this. They would need to make a bunch of unique items for the game and, you know, cover all these side missions. There's a lot of them. And maybe even make a new rarity for the unique rewards out of the loot boxes. I don't know, red rarity or like magenta, like something different. I'm not sure what. But if they don't take this approach, then maybe possibly we could see like unique items and DLCs for mission rewards. These story DLCs are not out yet, so they can definitely add that if they want to. And personally, I think it would help the game a lot. Because right now, runs are a little bit stale, because every single playthrough you have to do contract farming, which is not the most interesting thing. Like, it is fun here and there, but doing it for keeping yourself on level and then also grinding to level 50, it gets extremely tedious. Like, no matter what, getting to level 50 should be a grind, but at least give us something different to do. Good XP, unique reward, that's incentive. On top of all that, there is one more thing I want to bring up, and that is the fact that we do side missions in the franchise not only for the XP and the rewards, but there is one more thing, and that is unlocking a unique boss. Well, boss farm. The best example I can give is go back to Borderlands 2 and just think about how many bosses you unlock for doing a side mission. There's a lot of them. The Splinter Group rats, you have Moblin Gettle, you have Blue, you have McNally, you have just so many bosses. And then there's like a bunch more in DLCs. You unlock the side mission, you do it, you unlock the boss, you farm the boss, you get a new legendary. And the reward for the side mission is a unique item. It really is a win-win system. Also, I know that it sounds like a lot of like nostalgia, like, oh my goodness, you just want stat because the previous games did that. But not entirely. I consider read-only farming to be a horrible system. Unfortunately, it was the only way we could farm in the older games. But with Borderlands 4 having mission replay, this would totally work. Like, the foundation's there. And this would make new game runs so much more fun, with a lot more to do. You're doing your main story, you branch out, you do a side mission, you get a nice item out of it, maybe even a farm. Then you go back to the main story, you're not under-leveled, and I think it just removes a lot of frustrations and makes it a lot more fun. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for today, so let's quickly recap. Borderlands 4 needs to introduce incentive to do side missions, and they can achieve that through giving a unique reward, giving even more XP for completing the mission, and maybe even unlock a boss for doing the mission. Because right now we only have, I think, like 3, maybe even 4 missions in the game that actually unlock a side boss. Sludge Maw, Fractus, Bio Thresher, there might be one more, I can't recall. But yeah, they're very limited and there's really no reason to touch these side missions. And that's super unfortunate. So yeah, going forward, I really hope they reshape the side mission economy in this game. It will help break up the repetitive main story grind and, you know, give us a small break from that. And if somehow the side missions in the base game don't get changed, at least have the system there for a future DLC. Now, I don't know the process or like how long it takes to make a unique item, weapon, shield, whatever. But again, the foundation's there, you get a loot box when you do your side mission, and they've already proven you can get a unique reward out of it through the Halloween event. This is doable, and I promise you, Gearbox, like, you will tenfold the players doing side missions if you implement the system. Now, I don't think players are going to do all the side missions, but they are going to cherry pick the ones they want to do for their unique rewards. I guarantee it. Anyways, that's going to be all for today, so thank you guys for watching. Let me know below in the comments what you guys think about the side mission situation. Did we cover everything, or is there anything else we could do that I didn't talk about today? Leave it in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.